Hi guys, Mrs. Schultz here. We are going to be starting 1-point perspective today with advanced and round shapes today. So we're going to be working on round shapes like circles and then shapes that have openings so that we can see the inside as well as the outside. I'm going to start with the circle and then I'll show you the other shape here in a minute. When you have a round shape that you're trying to draw using 1-point perspective, there are not corners to draw from. And so you have to make some educated guesses about what to do with that kind of a shape. So I'm going to look here at this circle, and what you're going to do is you want to take your ruler and slide it up to the outside edge of the circle, and then, sorry the camera's really shaky. You're going to slide it up to the outside edge of the circle, and then you're going to draw your line. Same thing on this side. I'm going to take my ruler and line it up at the vanishing point first and then slide it over till it just touches the outside of the circle, and then that's all I'm going to draw for that side. Now when I draw the bottom, I'm going to be trying to match this curve as much as possible. So when I sketch this in, it's going to be very curvy. A lot of times when kids work on a shape like this, they end up drawing a line that's more flat or just barely curved, and that's not enough. You got to try to actually match the curve that's between the two lines. And then you erase. The camera is going to shake like crazy right now. Sorry about that. Okay, erase, and then you have your cylinder. Okay. Now I know you guys don't have anything that you can use to draw a circle with, so to draw more circles, just freehand them. It's okay if they're not perfect. If you have stuff in your binder that you can trace to make more circles, that's fine. Or you can just draw free-handed shapes that have curved edges, like the letter C. Like we did block letters last time, but we did all squared up block letters. So if you wanted to do rounded block letters this time, you could. And this would be just like the circle. Now this one's a little more complicated because I have some corners up here that I have to deal with on this outside up here. And then to end this, it's going to be just like the sphere. So I'm going to try to match that curve as much as I can. And then on this, I probably will see a little bit of this curve back here, but I'm not going to see that line. Okay, so you're going to do 5 shapes that have curved edges. 5 curved shapes. And then you're going to move on and you're going to do 5 shapes that have openings. So this is a shape that you could have drawn previously. These corners here on the outside go to the vanishing point just like they would have before. Nothing different there. And I can finish the outside of this just like I would have lined my ruler up with the front, slide it back, and draw my outside edges. Now I have drawn this so that it has an opening, and that means we can see the inside of the shape too. You'll notice I doubled up on my hexagons here, or my pentagons here. Okay, so there's one here and then there's a second one here. When you're making shapes for this paper, you're going to have to double up on your shapes like this. So on this side, this part right here is the solid part of the shape. This inside part is the open part. So this corner here is actually going to go to the vanishing point. This one might. Nope, doesn't, because I'm going to have to draw through the solid part. This one might. Oh, it's going to be right on that line. So that's the open part of the shape there. Now the back of this, I need to draw the inside here about that same depth. So I'm going to line up my ruler with the front here and slide it back about the same spacing as for the outside, and then do the same thing here. All right, and then I erase this, and now I have a shape that has an opening in it. Okay, let me show you on just a square. So over here, I'm going to draw just a square. Like that. And then I'm going to double up on the outside edges of it. okay, just like that. And these go just like they would have previously to the vanishing point. And then this inside corner also goes to the vanishing point. This right here is the solid part of the shape. Sorry, the camera is so shaky. For some reason, the tripod wiggles every time I move. Okay, so now when I draw the back, line up with the front, slide it over however deep I want it, line up here, make it meet the other corner. I want this distance and this distance to be the same, so I'm going to line up on the inside of this and slide it back. And then I'm going to line up here and slide it back until they meet. And then this guideline gets erased and all three of these guidelines get erased. All right, so your assignment is to draw 5 rounded edged shapes and then 5 shapes that have openings. You cannot combine and say, well, this one is round and it has an opening and it counts as 2. That would only count as 1. You'd have to pick which one you wanted it to count for. When you're working on this, if you want to shade in the surface so you know what solid, like I did on these examples, that's fine. Not a big deal. Things that will be easier to figure out as far as openings, block letters again. Think of letters that have holes in them now and try those, because those will kind of be easy to figure out what shapes to draw. So this is not going to be homework today. I would like to see how well you guys do on this before I send it home with you. So this is not homework. Whatever you don't finish, we'll finish in class next time. So don't worry about it being homework. And if you have questions, let me know. Good luck. Bye.